And the problem we're about to work now has us look at the weighted average cost of capital, and we're made to calculate the weighted average cost of capital a number of times. But they really want us to look at the cost of debt capital and how it changes and how the weighted average cost of capital changes when the tax rate changes. And so that's what we're going to do here. Now, there's kind of repetition to this problem. I'm going to work the A part, the B part, and the C part I'm going to let you work on your own. But it's set up and done much like part A. And the D part of this problem, which is the next thing you'll see after this video, I'll give you all the answers to B and C so that you can kind of know where you're going with this, I guess. Now this problem reads, K-Bell Jewelers wishes to explore the effect on its cost of capital of the rate at which the company pays taxes. The firm wishes to maintain a capital structure of 40% debt, 10% preferred, and 50% common stock. So this is their target capital structure. The cost of financing with retained earnings is 10%. The cost of preferred stock financing is 8%, and the before-tax cost of debt is 6%. Calculate the weighted average cost of capital given the tax rate assumptions in parts A to C. Now, in the A part of this problem now, what we're told is that the tax rate is 40%. Now, I told you in a previous video that when they ask you to calculate weighted average cost of capital, the first thing you should write down, just kind of the bones up, is this thing up here. What's each source of capital? This company, for instance, uses debt, preferred, and equity. You need to know the target capital structure, the weights that each make up of the capital structure. They give us that in the problem. It's 40% debt, 10% preferred, and 50% equity. To get the weighted average cost of capital now, you're going to multiply those weights times each component cost of capital. Now they actually gave us the cost of capital for preferred as 8% and the cost of capital for the equity at 10%. What we don't know is the cost of debt after taxes. Now the cost of debt after taxes is the yield on the bonds, the cost of the debt in the market, multiplied by 1 minus the tax rate. In this problem, they told us that the before-tax cost of debt, which is the yield on the bonds in the market, they told us it was 6%. And in the A part, they told us to assume the company's marginal tax rate to be 40%. So if we take the cost of debt before taxes, 6%, multiply it by 0.60, which is 1 minus the tax rate, we find the cost of debt after taxes to be 3.6%, which is what we would put into this process up here. We now know all component costs of capital. We know what each makes up of the capital structures, the weights. We multiply the weights times the cost, which gives us this. We sum those products, and we find the weighted average cost of capital, assuming a 40% tax rate, to be 7.24%. Now again, just a note, the next video now is really going to be the D part of this problem. I'll give you all the answers as to what the weighted average cost of capital are for parts B and C. And I'd suggest that you work those on your own before you look at the solution.